Hello friends, welcome to Inside Psychian Initiative. In this video, we are going to discuss about Bangladesh election results. We all know that in 2024, Bangladesh elections held for the Bangladesh Parliament. In this particular election, in Bangladesh, the majority party, that is Bangladesh Awami League, actually it is a ruling party as well, which got majority number of seats in the last year election. Last term election. This Awami League, it has won majority number of the seats, and Sheikh Hasina is going to be the Bangladesh Prime Minister for the 5th consecutive time. In this context, we will try to discuss about various issues related to Bangladesh and relations between India and Bangladesh. First, let's see what we are going to discuss in this video, such as video components. In this video, we mainly discuss about why it is in news. It is in news because Bangladesh elections held and results declared. Second one, about Bangladesh and Bangladesh borders, that is more or less the physical boundary of Bangladesh. We will discuss historical background, how Bangladesh got liberated, and of course India helped in the Bangladesh liberation. The Bangladesh liberation war we will discuss, India-Bangladesh trade relations, how it improved over the period of time, and what are the contentious issues between the India and Bangladesh, such as Teesta River, where it originates, and how it's merged into river Ganges we will discuss. Then importance of Teesta for India and Bangladesh, why we are having such kind of contention, role of China in India-Bangladesh relations, what are the common issues between the India and Bangladesh, and finally we will discuss the bilateral exercise between the India and Bangladesh. These are the video components. And syllabus mapping, this is related to UPSC General Studies paper 2, that is India and neighborhood relations and important international institutions. This is syllabus mapping. Now let's see some basic map pointing. Here we can see the Bangladesh and India map, and Bangladesh is the one which is having the largest land boundary with India. Largest land boundary with India. Before Bangladesh, it used to be the East Pakistan. Before that, it used to be the East, like Bengal. In Bengal partition was happened in 1905. Since then, it was the East Bengal. Later, in 1947, it became the East Pakistan, and in 1971, this East Pakistan became Bangladesh. So here in this picture, you can see the Pakistan Army. In 1971, Bangladesh Liberation War, Pakistan Army, they are surrendering to Indian Army. Of course, Indian Army captured Pakistani soldiers. They have been given the option whether they have to surrender or they will be captured as the war prisoners. So they accepted to surrender and they surrendered. These are the photos where they are signing on the papers. The context. In Bangladesh elections 2024, Sheikh Hasina's Awami League. Actually, you have to understand, in Bangladesh, major political parties are Awami League and Bangladesh Nationalist Party, BNP. Actually, in this election, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, BNP, it did not participate in this election. They boycotted the elections for various reasons. So, the Sheikh Hasina's Awami League, they won the election for the 5th consecutive time. The Bangladesh Parliament is popularly known as Jatiya Sangsad. In this Jatiya Sangsad, there are 350 seats. Out of the 350 seats, 300 seats are directly elected. Here, they use the principle of first past the post. Same like India. In Indian Lok Sabha election also, we use the system of first past the post. Out of 350, 300 members are directly elected by the people on the basis of the first past post principle, and rest of the 50 members will be the women members. These 50 members will be given to the different political parties based on the proportional representation. That means out of 300, how much percentage of the seats they will get, the same percentage of the seats they will be given out of these 50 seats. So this is how the composition of the Jatiya Sangsad. Now let's see some basic information regarding the Bangladesh. The official name of the Bangladesh is People's Republic of Bangladesh. Bangladesh borders are on the western side, northern side and eastern side. India is having borders, and Myanmar on the southeast. And the southern direction of the Bangladesh, it is having coastline along with the Bay of Bengal. And Bangladesh is very narrowly separated from Bhutan through Siliguri corridor, and it is having it is having around 100 kilometers of separation from the China border. Okay, so around 100 kilometers of separation from China border. And the capital of Bangladesh is Dhaka. Members, Bangladesh is having membership in various international organizations and international groupings such as NAM, Non-Alignment Movement, SARC, BIMSTEC, and you know that nowadays SARC lost the prominence and BIMSTEC is gaining the momentum. BBIN, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, it is a road network agreement which facilitates the seamless transportation among these nations. On this agreement, except Bhutan, rest of the countries, they signed and ratified the agreement as well. Then International Criminal Court, Commonwealth of Nations, Asia Pacific Trade Agreement. So these are the major groupings in which Bangladesh is having membership. Historical background. India was one of the chief architects of Bangladesh liberation. Actually, Bangladesh liberation movement was started in 1971 under the Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Okay, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, he was the father of Sheikh Hasina, who is the present Prime Minister of Bangladesh. So, Indian Army helped to Bangladesh Liberation Army, which was popularly known as Mukti Bahini in Dhaka. It was a guerrilla resistance movement, and India was the one of the first country to recognize Bangladesh, and it established diplomatic relations since Bangladesh establishment, that is since 1971. Next, India-Bangladesh trade relations. You know that students, after we are seeing the deterioration in relation between the India and Pakistan, Bangladesh emerged as a major trade partner to India in South Asia. In South Asia, Bangladesh is one of the major trade partner to India. In 21-22, Bangladesh emerged as a largest trade partner to India in South Asia, and it is the fourth largest destination for Indian exports worldwide. Let's see how these trades improved compared to 2021. In 2021, the trade volume is around $9.69 billion. By 21-22, the trade volume increased to $16.15 billion. These are some of the India's exports to Bangladesh, major exports, and these are some of the India's imports from Bangladesh. Okay, and Bangladesh is one of the major exporters of jute. Tell me students, which Indian state is which Indian state is major player in terms of the jute production? Okay, so next, the Teesta River. Actually, Teesta River is one of the major contention between the India and Bangladesh. Teesta River, if you look at this map, so Teesta River, it starts in the Sikkim and it flows southern direction towards Bangladesh, where it joins with the Padmini. Actually, Padmini is the Bangladeshi name of the river Ganges. So, Teesta River joins with the Padmini River in Bangladesh. Now, let's see. Teesta, it is a tributary of Brahmaputra known as Jamuna. Of course, further it joins with the river Ganges like we discussed earlier. It starts as a So Lamo Lake. It starts at So Lamo Lake in Himalayas near the Chuntang, Sikkim, and it flows southern direction through West Bengal before entering into the Bangladesh. Originally, the river continued and it's emptied directly into the Padma River. It is one of the main channel of the river Ganges. So, it enters into the Bangladesh and it joins with the river Padma. And the Teesta River conflict. It is one of the most contention issues between the India and Bangladesh. Why? Why it is becoming the most contentious issue? Let us discuss. Okay. Of course, the dependence on this river is very high, both in Indian side as well as in Bangladesh side. When the dependence is very high, obviously it is going to be the contentious one. We can understand here. Important for farming. For West Bengal, Teesta is very important in sustainability of farming, and around 12.7% of the population in West Bengal that's still dependent on the Teesta River. And in the Bangladesh also the situation is same. Around 40% of these people and the cropped area, it is dependent 14%. It is dependent on Teesta River. So obviously both the sides, they have their own reasons for claiming high percentage of the Teesta River. Role of China. Nowadays The presence of China is increasing in our neighborhood nations. In countries like Maldives, Pakistan and Bangladesh is also not like special to that. In Bangladesh also China presence is increasing. Especially China is convincing Bangladesh to join in its mega projects such as Belt and Road Initiative. So bilateral ties, China actively engaging bilateral ties with Bangladesh. Some of the mega projects in Bangladesh, they are being funded by China. And the Rohingya issue. Bangladesh is seeking the help of China to sort out the Rohingya issue at international level, as well as to talk with this Myanmar as well. Arms imports. Bangladesh is the second biggest arms market for China after Pakistan. Issues. Major issues between the India and Bangladesh are Teesta water sharing, like we discussed, and the China factor. Okay. And some of the issues, other issues are National Register of Citizens, NRC in Assam. You know that NRC is an exercise to identify illegal immigrants who migrated from Bangladesh to Assam since 1971. Okay, this is one of the contentious issue as well. So by conducting NRC, the main purpose is to identify illegal immigrants so that they will be deported back to Bangladesh. But still this process is going on. Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 and the Rohingya issue. These are the various issues between the India and Bangladesh. Bilateral exercise in terms of defense. Sampripti is a military exercise between the both nations, and exercise Bongo Sagar, it is a bilateral navy exercise between both the nations. So these are some of the basic details you have to know in terms of India and Bangladesh in the context of Bangladesh elections. Yesterday's MCQs. Which one of the following pairs of metals constitute the lightest metals and the heaviest metals respectively? Lithium and osmium. In yesterday's video, we discussed about lithium and the agreement between the India and Bangladesh regarding the lithium. Next, carbon border adjustment mechanism, sometimes seen in news, is the initiative of European Union. Okay, European Union, they decided to impose this carbon border adjustment tax on imports to Europe. Consider the following statements regarding the loss and damage fund that was agreed at COP28. Loss and damage will be hosted by the World Bank, of course temporarily. It is aligned with UNFCCC and the Paris Agreement, as the contributions by the developed countries are mandatory, not the mandatory. Okay, mandatory provision is not there. Next, consider the following statement regarding the Building Breakthrough Initiative. Okay, the goal of this initiative is to make near zero emissions and resilient buildings the new normal by 2030. The initiative was launched by India. It is hosted by the Global Alliance for Building and Construction. Okay, so out of these only two statements are right. Regarding the initiatives, one of that wrong, the statement is wrong. Next, consider the following statement regarding the Global River Cities Alliance. It is led by National Mission for Clean Ganga under Ministry of Jal Shakti, right? It focuses on river conservation and sustainable water management, right? Asian Development Bank and Asian Infrastructure and Investment Bank act as international funding agency. This is also the right one. Now let's see today's video question. Today's video question is, which of the following are common rivers between India and Bangladesh? So try to identify the common rivers between the India and Bangladesh out of these four. Next, mains question. Which India and Bangladesh, okay, while India and Bangladesh deepening their ties over the years, the countries still failed to resolve long-standing issues. Comment on this one. So this is today's mains question. Now, as we reach towards the end of this video, in this video, we discussed about India-Bangladesh relations in the context of Bangladesh election results. We also discussed about some basic, the physical geography details regarding the Bangladesh and the historical details of Bangladesh liberation and trade relations between India and Bangladesh, contentious issues between India and Bangladesh, the role of growing Chinese influence, and finally we discussed about some of the military exercise between both nations. So this is a detailed analysis regarding the India and Bangladesh relations. Thank you.